Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 1UP Nitro National Series, race number 19 of 25. This is a unique one, the only one of its kind on the schedule. We're tackling the dirt track half mile of Knoxville Raceway for 4 heats to settle the lineup for the 75-lap main event coming to you later in the weekend. And for this unique event, we have some unique perspective from this race. Joining me in the booth is none other than 4-time 1UP Superstar Series race winner and current series points leader Justin Hutchinson. Thank you for joining me today. It's great to have you with us. What are you looking forward to in today's race? A lot of slam banging action on the dirt. You gotta love it, especially as the playoffs are set to begin.
Yeah, you said it right there. I'm looking forward to the main thing right here, the dirt. I have never ran a dirt race, so I'm going to be pretty much a fan up here in the booth. I've never seen a track from this perspective, so we're just going to dial it in here and see what we get.
All right, looking at the first heat, starting on pole position will be Ryan Caggiano, one of the 12 playoff contenders in the 1UP Nitro National Series, going for a series championship. There will be 3 in this first heat: Ryan Caggiano, Alex Vergep-Rube, and Keith Hughes starting 1st, 2nd, and 6th, respectively. We've got one driver in this heat making his series debut, Jonathan Lawson, in the 21, driving in place of Jake McMillan while he's at Chicagoland getting ready for the Superstar Series race later this weekend. So, with that being said, the inside line looks like it's going to be a pretty dominant lane throughout the whole weekend. What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge, getting to that bottom lane and then just trying to hang on for every position as the laps wind down? Because there's only 15 laps in each heat.
Well, in the heat races, you're really going to have to go get it. You're going to have to go get it early, I think, if you want to have a good starting spot in the race and be able to hang out there till the end. Because I'm sure we're going to see a few cautions in that main event. But right now, you just need to get through solid. And I think the first heat, you're going to have to battle Alex for that.
And with that being said, the cars are lined up on the grid, and we are ready to bring you heat number 1 from Knoxville Raceway. That'll set the pole position and 11 of the 41 starting spots for this race. The green flag is next. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss the action from heat number 1 here at Knoxville. With Ryan Caggiano on the inside lane, Alex Vergep-Rube on the outside, we're coming to the green flag to start heat number 1 here at Knoxville. The flagman has the green flag in hand, it's out, and we are underway for 15 laps around Knoxville. Caggiano looks like he's got the jump through turn 1 and 2, but Alex has got to get out of that top lane as quickly as he can, because Zach Rogers is already around him for 2nd.
Wow, the bottom lane just accelerated so fast there on the start. I cannot believe that.
And look we've got the 3 cars that started 1, 2, 3 on the inside line are already up to the first 3 positions. Add Kenneth Grant to that, Jonathan Lawson in the 21, and look, we're 3 wide for, it looks like, the 6th position between Keith Hughes, AJ Jones, and Audrey Anzac. Take a look at AJ Jones. He started all the way at the back of this heat, and he's already making his way up into the top 5. This is incredible from the Sol Speed Racing driver.
At 3 wide, these drivers are giving it everything right now to try to get that starting spot and not have to worry about anything here in the heat 1. If you get in that top 3 spot, you're locked into a top 10. Go get it.
And it looks like Kenneth Grant's going for it. He's moving down the inside of Zach Rogers to take the 2nd spot away. Grant hasn't finished in the top 10 in a Nitro National Series race since Bristol all the way back in March. Remember, he won the season opener at Pensacola, but hasn't done much since. Hopefully he can stand out a little bit here on the dirt at Knoxville. Jonathan Lawson in his series debut making a move up into 4th position, chasing down Zach Rogers. And it looks like Alex in the 3 in the back of your shot has finally gotten to at least that middle groove to the inside, but it might face some pressure from Keith Hughes in the 11 to try and get that spot away from him. As right now, Hughes is making a 2-for-1 deal. He's making a move on AJ Jones for the top 5 position here.
Yeah, Alex had a really tough time on that high side on the start of the race, and it took him 6 laps just to get back in line. Are we going to see that all night?
I don't know, it looks that way for the time being, but right now, Ryan Caggiano is checked out on the rest of the field. He's got a 1.5 second lead already as we take halfway in this first heat to start lap number 8. Ryan Caggiano is enjoying a comfortable lead up front of about 1.5 seconds over Kenneth Grant, Zach Rogers, Jonathan Lawson, and Keith Hughes rounding out the top 5. But right now, the battle is for second on back, because you can see this huge train of cars forming behind Kenneth Grant. It looks like Rogers, Lawson, and everybody else behind him, it looks like they're a little faster than the 55, but they really just need to find a way around him. As it looks like Hughes is making a move on Lawson for 4th.
Caggiano just checked out like he's in the line at the supermarket right now. He is gone.
And making that move around Lawson is Hughes, and now Alex Verget-Perub making his way around A.J. Jones in the 77. Looks like Jones is beginning to fall off a little bit after that incredible start he had. He made his way all the way up to 5th, but now he's fallen back to the 7th position on the racetrack, and that will put him fairly deep in the field for the main event coming up later in the weekend. But right now, the battle is for second between Rogers and Grant. Chevrolet versus Dodge off of turn 4. Looks like they're going to be bumper to bumper going into turn 1 now, as Keith Hughes is starting to close up on these two. We're going to have a three-way battle for second here shortly.
Yeah, it looks like the number 11 is going to get in there. If he can stick that bottom, he's going to have a chance here to get the 2nd or 3rd spot.
And keep in mind, we only have about 3 laps to go in this heat, which will be over before you know it. These heats go by in a big hurry. And right now, Ryan Caggiano is enjoying a comfortable lead. And here's Santiago Alvarez getting around A.J. Jones as well. Jones dropping like a rock through the field right now after that incredible start. 2 laps to go from Knoxville. Heat number 1 is almost over. And Ryan Caggiano has an almost 2.5 second lead on the rest of the field as they're coming to the white flag this time.
Yeah, I think I got my pick for the race right here. Ryan Caggiano just totally dominated this first heat. Checked out with it. He is gone.
Coming through 3 and 4 for the final time, it's Ryan Caggiano, and he's on pace to grab pole position for the 2nd week in a row. Ryan Caggiano wins heat number 1 and will start from pole position. Kenneth Grant finishes 2nd, Keith Hughes 3rd, Zach Rogers 4th, and Alex Verget-Perub runs out the top 5 with Jonathan Lawson, Santiago Alvarez, Audrey Anczak, A.J. Jones, and Sam Joseph rounding out the top 10, with Jose Guerrero finishing 11th, and Guerrero will start last in that opener, in that main event coming up later in the weekend. But how about Ryan Caggiano? You said it. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to challenge him in the main event, but I'm really love to see him give it a try.
Yeah, the takeoff from the start. He just took off like a rocket ship.
And with that being said, we still got 3 more heats to come, so stay tuned for the start of heat number 2, which will come up in a very short time. This is the 1UP Nitro National Series heat racing from Knoxville. Heat number 2 coming up next. Welcome along to heat number 2. We have Brett Bishop on the front row alongside Jerry Cook, Elijah Ironhouse, Dylan Young, rookie Aidan Smith, Autumn Coker, and the rest of the field. We're coming to the green flag. It's out. We are racing in heat number 2. And it looks like Brett Bishop's going to get a similar start to what Ryan Caggiano did in heat number 1. And just like that, Elijah Ironhouse is following him along in the number 8. This is going to be an interesting battle as Bishop clears the rest of the field, and he might start to pull away here.
I think if the Ada of Ironhouse just sticks that bottom there, he's going to be able to stay with Bishop.
It looks like Ironhouse is stuck up high, though. That's going to allow Aidan Smith in the 0-2, the first ever 1UP start for the rookie Aidan Smith, along with the 66 of Robert Weaver back there in the blue car. Both drivers are making their series debuts in this heat, and Smith is making his way up to 2nd around Ironhouse with Jerry Cook and Mark Davey not too far behind. You've had experience in that 38 car earlier in the season. You got to imagine that it'll be a big threat in the future races. Maybe not so much on the dirt. That driver's got very limited dirt experience, but right now he's proving he can hang with the best of them.
Yeah, I'm sure the dirt is a handful with that 38 car. You just got to love it if you love donuts. That's a beautiful looking car right there.
And right now, looks like 3 wide. Aaron Hall started last in this heat, and he's already made his way into the top 5 with help from Dylan Young in the 92. Here comes Autumn Coger in the 2 alongside him. And Davey drops back a little bit. That's going to allow Keon Daly in the 52 to get close to him. But right now, we're looking at this battle for, looks like, the 5th position between Dylan Young and Aaron Hall. But on our way back to the front of the field, Aidan Smith is doing a remarkable job. And remember, this is his first time turning competitive laps in a Nitro National Series car.
Your first time in the series and on dirt, young man. Congratulations, you are doing a magnificent job.
And it looks like he's starting to pull away from Jerry Cook a little bit. And, of course, this shouldn't come as too much of a surprise. The King's Motorsports equipment, always a threat, no matter where we go. Remember, at Bristol earlier in the year, they finished a whopping 2, 3, 4, 5 behind Alexa Lachin, who we will see later on in the night. But right now, Aidan Smith, driving a part-time 5th car for King's Motorsports, is turning up the metal. He's trying to catch Brett Bishop, but right now, Jerry Cook starting to fall back a little bit as we close in on 5 laps to go in heat number 2. Koger gets by Cook, and it looks like Aaron Hall's going to try and make his way by as well.
I see that 2-car going to make some moves because she's got some dirt racing experience. I'm going to watch her in the main event also. I think she's going to be.
Yeah, it just depends on her starting spot, because if you start in the back, and especially on the outside line, it's not going to bode well for you, really, when it comes to the main event, because the laps fly by so quickly here, and the field catches up to the back half so fast here. But as they kick up some dust coming off of turn 4, we've got 5 laps to go from Knoxville, and Aaron Hall making a huge dive on Dylan Young to try and take that 5th spot away. An incredible move from the rookie in the Carter Racing System number 7. But right now, Brett Bishop continues to lead the way. He's got about an 0.8 of a second lead over Aidan Smith. And as we come to 3 laps to go in the heat number 2, it looks like Brett Bishop's going to lead every lap on route to victory like Caggiano did earlier. This might be another car we should expect to do quite well in the main event. Brett Bishop's quite easily taking care of the field here in heat number 2.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to get a good starting spot, you got a fast car, you're going to stay up there during this main event. Brett Bishop showed us just take off like a rocket ship, just like Ryan did, and you're there.
We're coming to the white flag this time. Keep in mind, if Bishop starts the main event in second, like we expect him to, as the white flag flies, he will be on that outside line, so it might not be the best spot, but you're going to be at the front of the field, and you'll have a better opportunity to get down to the bottom lane as we come through 3 and 4 for the final time. In heat number 2, Brett Bishop will lead every lap of the heat, and he will take victory and a second-place starting spot in the main event. Aidan Smith second, Elijah Ironhouse, Autumn Koger, Dylan Young rounding out the top 5. Then it is Aaron Hall, Keon Daly, Jerry Cook, and how about Robert Weaver in the 66 making a last lap pass on Mark Davey to take the 9th spot away. So Weaver will start in the, looks like the 34th position in the main, and Mark Davey will start 38th. So with that being said, we've got half the heats down, 2 more to go, and we've still got plenty of drivers waiting to show their stuff. We hope you're looking forward to that as much as we are, because heat number 3 in the 1UP Nitro National Series round of Knoxville is coming up in just a short while. Stay tuned, folks. You won't want to miss a second of the heart-pounding action. So we're on heat number 3 with Devin Fair on the inside, Nicky Martinez on the outside, then Giovanni Pena, Christian Russell, Peter Onjak, Earl Sear, Chastain, Denoda, DeLello, and Dixon. We're coming to the green flag now. It's in the air, and heat number 3 is underway. Devin Fair gets a good launch. We'll see if he can do what Bishop and Caggiano did before him and take off. It looks like he'll be able to do that, because right now he's sailing off into the sunset right now with Giovanni Pena hot on his heels.
Yeah, once you get out front, there's no dirt in front of you. There's nothing in the air. There's nothing blocking your vision. It's smooth sailing.
But right now, it's not smooth sailing for Nicky Martinez. She's dropping like a rock on that outside line. Pena's gotten through. Peter Onjak's getting through. And how about the other 2 Team Dayspring cars? Chastain and DeLello making moves under Martinez as well. Chastain now making a move for 4th with DeLello right behind her. Those Dayspring cars are always wicked fast on the short tracks, and even on dirt, it's no exception. But how about Sam Denoda making a move on the inside, making it 3 wide between DeLello and Martinez? Denoda makes a big dive.
Going 3 wide here with Martinez on the outside. They're going to get pushed back here. Big inside run.
Yeah, but right now, Devin Fair's got a comfortable lead. You can barely see Giovanni Pena in the shot anymore. He's got a full seconds lead over the 99, and right now the 0-1 of Fair is enjoying a comfortable lead, but Sam Denodo, he's rocketing to the front of this pack. as what you would expect based on the look of his car. But right now, Sam Donotto started 8th, currently running 3rd. I imagine he'll have a very good starting spot for the main event and a very good start to his chase for a championship.
I'm watching that Dollar General car right now in DeLello. He has done made a move all the way up to 4th in this race from 9th.
Yeah, he started back in 9th. He's all the way up in the top 5 now. If he can get around Sam Donotto, that'll be an 11th place starting spot for the main event, and that'll be huge for Zachary DeLello. It'll be on the inside line. He'll be in a perfect position to nab a top 10 in the main event. But right now, as we take the halfway lap in heat number 3, Devin Fair is just stretching his lead more and more. It's up to a 2.5 seconds over Giovanni Pena, who we're not expecting to see up in the front a lot this season, but we're always pleasantly surprised to see it. And right now, it looks like Onjak's making a move on DeLello right now for 4th, and they're going to be side by side through the corner. It looks like Onjak's going to get him, though, coming off the corner.
Yeah, as these heats go on, I'm looking at the gap at the end, 1st to 2nd. Who's got the biggest gap? And I think it's Ryan Caggiano right now in that first.
It might be, but right now, it's Peter Onjak battling Sam Donotto for 3rd. The 70 car is making some gains as well, trying to take the 3rd spot away. He's only got 2 top 10s this season, so he's hoping to add a 3rd here at Knoxville. And right now, he's taken the 3rd spot with 5 laps to go in heat number 1. Can Sam Donotto get back around before the checkered flag flies? But as things stand right now, we've got plenty of racing action still to come here. And as things run right now, it is Peter Onjak in 3rd position. But right now at the back of the pack, Earl Sear and David Dixon making their way through in the last few spots. But Zachary DeLello is just making gains in the top position. And right now we're only got 3 laps to go. Can anyone catch Devin Fair right now? But as things stand right now, Devin Fair continues to extend the gap at the top of the table. He's got a 2.25 second lead right now. And right now, we're coming to the white flag this time. Devin Fair is going to stretch his lead out in quite a big way. But right now, coming to the white flag, Devin Fair is going to take it. And coming through turns 1 and 2 for the final time, Devin Fair's got a 2.25 second lead over Giovanni Pena. And down the backstretch for the final time, it is Devin Fair going to lead all 15 laps of this heat. And coming across the line, Devin Fair will line up 3rd in the main event, with Giovanni Pena 2nd, Peter Onjak 3rd. Then it's Sam Donotto, Zachary DeLello, Christian Russell, Nicky Martinez 7th, Chastain, Sear, and David Dixon in his final One-Up Nitro National Series race, rounding out the top 10. And with that, heat number 3 is all but wrapped up. So we will take you to heat number 4 for the final heat of the One-Up Nitro National Series qualifying races. And with that being said, we're looking forward to that as much as you are. Stay tuned, folks. Heat number 4 is next. You're not going to want to miss a thing here in the One-Up Nitro National Series. This is it, folks. Heat number 4 with Logan Williams on the inside of row 1. Felix Anderson to his outside. Zachary Bilson making his One-Up Nitro National Series debut in the 18 and 3rd. And the rest of the field lines up. The green flag is out. We're underway to start heat number 4. It looks like Anderson actually got the better jump of the two. But now it's Logan Williams on the preferred line taking the lead away. But how about Zachary Bilson making his series debut? He's going to try and dive down the inside of Logan Williams to take this lead away.
Yeah, we're going to see Logan Williams try to replicate what the first 3 guys did in the first heat, was pull away. And I think your race winner is going to come from one of those 3 guys.
But right now, Zachary Bilson making a dive on the inside of Logan Williams. Bilson's going to take the lead in heat number 4. This is the first time we've seen a lead change in any of our 4 heats. But Zachary Bilson got it done. He's your new race leader. And if he can hold on, he'll get a 4th place starting spot in his One-Up Nitro National Series debut.
Yeah, to me, it looks like the 1 just does not want to stick on the bottom there, and Bilson just went right around him.
And right now, he's facing pressure from Kyle Corbett, Logan Williams is, because now Williams falling into the clutches of the 86. Jared Jackson and Felix Anderson, teammates at Moto Dash Racing, are now side by side for the 4th spot. Looks like Anderson's going to take that from the 23, and Alexa Lutchen in the 50 is going to try and make gains as well. How about John McFadden in the 27? He started last in this heat, and he's already making moves on a playoff driver for 6th place in this heat. Impressive run from John McFadden in the 27. The question is, will it last, or will it... Oh, and we've got contact. Alexa Lutchen gets turned by Eric Monaco to keep it straight, and Lutchen continues on her way. That was a close call. That could have been a wreck right there.
Well, she almost got spun, and then she just flew right around McFadden. I don't know if that even hurt her right there.
It might have even helped, because she managed to get around the 27 pretty easily, but that's the closest to contact we've seen in our 4 heats so far, as we take halfway this time by. Jared Jackson gets underneath Kyle Corbett for the 4th spot on the racetrack, and Corbett will be able to hold him off for the time being. But right now, Zachary Bilson still enjoying a comfortable lead of about 3/4 of a second over Logan Williams. But right now, Felix Anderson's also right on the bumper of that number 1 Synovus Dodge. As we focus on Jared Jackson, because he and Alexa Lutchen are among the playoff contenders in this field of 10. But right now, they are mired in 5th and 6th in the heat, and if they can get around Kyle Corbett, that'll bump them up a spot each, and that's even 1 spot you gain in this heat can be major in the main event.
Yeah, Jared Jackson has done really well coming from the back there, and even Alexa Lutchen here trying to stay with him on the bottom to get past this car on top. I think you're going to have to look out for them 2 cars right there in the race, and they're running together right now.
But right now, out in the lead, it's Zachary Bilson with a 2nd's lead in his 1-up Super Nitro National Series debut. I almost referred to the wrong series. That's how excited I am for Zachary Bilson. He's dominating this 4th and final heat, and right now, he's just commandingly taking this race by storm. He's got a 1.1 second lead over the field, and we're coming to 3 laps to go, and we've got a side-by-side battle now for 2nd between Williams and Anderson for 2nd on the racetrack.
I'm watching the lap times, and as of all the winners, it looks like Bilson doesn't have the biggest gap between his win and the 2nd place car, so it's going to be interesting seeing how they do during the race.
But keep in mind, he did have to pass Logan Williams to get to that lead, as we're coming up on 2 laps to go here at Knoxville in the final heat. And it is now Bilson, Anderson, and Williams, 1, 2, 3. Zachary Bilson now with a 1.2 second lead over Felix Anderson, coming to take the white flag this time. I don't think anybody can stop Zachary Bilson from taking his first win and his first series start.
I think he set out on the rocket ship after he passed our buddy Logan Williams there, who started first. Where is Williams in 3rd now? His car settled out pretty well, but it looks like Bilson's going to take command here and win our 4th heat race.
He will start 4th in the main event. Felix Anderson will start 8th in the main event. Logan Williams finishes 3rd ahead of Jared Jackson and Alexa Lutchen. Chris Lattimore 6th. Kyle Corbett 7th ahead of Kason Cooper, John McFadden, and Eric Monaco, who will start 40th in the main event, which is coming up very soon, folks. You're not going to want to miss the 1-up Nitro National Series main event from Knoxville Raceway. All our heats are complete. We've got the starting grid lined up and completely, and we've got 75 laps of action coming your way next. You're not going to want to miss a second of the action. This is the 1-Up Nitro National Series. We thank you for watching our heat races, and we ask that you join us again soon for the main event, which will come up later on in the weekend. Stay tuned, folks. You're not going to want to miss a second of this heart-pounding action.